Good Saturday morning, USA. I do remember back when I was in Vietnam, they had a little song years ago. It got popular. Everybody used to do it, and Robin Williams came up with it, made millions before he got greased. I think he got greased. I don't think he hung himself. But it went like this. Good morning, Vietnam. Y'all remember that, don't you? Yeah, it was something else. Well, looky here. This is Ramblin' Randy's radio show. I've had a whopping one view here on a 2 days ago. Seven. You can see that I'm not getting a lot of reach out there. Hadn't started marketing yet, but I'm making most of these notes where people can come back, and when this project does, in fact, make a major impact and help change the USA at least for tens of thousands, hopefully, that it can bring their standard of living up, and they can be self-sufficient based on the value that they came into this planet with, what they've learned, their life experiences is what we're talking about. You know, as you look what's going on out there in the world today, really everybody is just swapping lies. You know, no one really knows what's going on. There are those of us that do know. I do know in my heart of all hearts the direction that we're headed. I feel that the people that are guiding or are governing or trying to rule over the common people, those that have hit the big lick, got all the cheese, have had it for hundreds of years, and look at the regular people as through their prism as they're better than the rest of us and they can govern us. Well, that's all bullshit. And then down here below, all the people are that are oblivious, living inside of a system that was created that every time that you participate in anything, you're empowering the very thing that you're fighting. It's the craziest thing in the world. And everybody just swap lies, really. Really, all the news is, and all the people that are talking, all the talk shows that I follow, everybody follows, it's really just swapping lies. You know, I was sitting in, which I always do, sit in and contribute to the work that Rex Bear provides for us, the content he provides for us at Leak Project. Wonderful person, very, very, very intelligent. However, you need to listen to this show right here, California Fire Maps and what have you, this cat named Lee. Well, we have all had questions about how fires start in California. We've all had questions about a lot of things, from the fire starting to, you do know that PG&E, I'm just letting you know something right now, PG&E, one of the major stockholders and sitting on the board is a Rothschild family member. I'm not going to get into why I said that, but look at it. Now also look at what's going on in California. California is the fertilizer for the growth and perpetuation of a very twisted side of our society. We can only live in a society in a civil manner. When we start having disputes internally, strife, it's definitely not good for the country, and it causes the country to become sick, literally sick. And so when you have an area that you know that you're going to bombard, give everything in the world, let them do anything, let them sleep on the streets, tax them to high heaven. What you're doing is you're pissing off a lot of people out there that have been contaminated mentally, that are making a living, even though it's difficult in California. They are making a living, and even middle class and up. When you start lighting these fires up there in the hills of California, or you start having so many damn drug addicts and homeless people sitting on the streets as they are all up and down the West Coast. I'd say the whole fucking West Coast is sick, really. It's contaminated mentally. And then when they get these people who aren't on the streets, that are middle class and up there, and these fires start happening, and they go into the town, and all these people laying on the streets, needles everywhere, shit on the floor, it's terrible. They go, I'm out of here. And so what do? They haul ass to good places, the breadbasket of the U.S., down to Houston, Austin, San Antonio. Hell, we're getting beat up with them down here, sleeping on the damn street, bringing that California mentality to the states that are fighting for the rule of law and the Constitution. They have weaponized driving people out, relocation. That's what's going on. I haven't heard anybody talking about this, but they've weaponized relocation so that they can get into a city like Austin or penetrate inside of a conservative area. And I say conservative very loosely. I don't give a shit, Republican, Democrat, liberal. I don't vote. And not because by choice, but it has to do with some weapons a long, long time ago when I was in the service. But anyway, I don't vote. And so by looking at it from a macro view, looking down and seeing what's going on, it's easy to see. If you want to contaminate anything, put a drop of something else in it. You know, if you want to contaminate white paint, put a drop of red paint in there, or orange paint. Keep dropping drops of red paint in a white paint bucket, and eventually you're going to have a pink bucket, of paint. That's what happens, and it's no longer the white that it was, pristine. Same thing with these states. That's what's going on. People wake up and smell the roses. But on this very show right here, Rex, he and I were blown away. A guy named Lee was laying out some facts. He laid them out in such a succinct manner. He had 30 years of firefighting and 30 years of high-end communication. Well, as he rolled along there laying out facts about how these fires started in California, it started dawning on us that a lot of our theories of potentially our theories have of weaponized weapons coming from above starting fires. It has we're looking at that again, and that's very concerning to me. In that the way Lee laid it out, and about 5G, I was blown away of his knowledge of 5G and how, if based on the data, I'm gonna just call it right now, everything's a lie until it's proven to me. So the lie that he brought over, if it trumps the lie that we have been perpetuating for quite some time, that would be something. That would be really something else. Blew me away. I communicated with Rex via messaging on the phone after a damn show he had, and we were in a quandary. I haven't spoken to him or communicated with him since then, but by God, that put us back on our heels. That makes us wonder about, have they weaponized? Of course they've weaponized content. We know that. But have we latched on to and started creating and here's what they've weaponized: attention. Your attention. Where attention goes, energy flows, and that's the seed of manifestation. If you come up with something very elaborate, I'm talking about elaborate like space, like landing on the moon, stuff like that, it makes it very difficult to vet out the truth if you mix a lot of bullshit in with it. And so we're sitting here vetting lies and find out which lie has any meat on the bone of truth. There's always truth mixed in these lies. Every what they call conspiracy has truth in it. Not every conspiracy, what they call a conspiracy theory, which I hate the damn way that they have packaged that conspiracy. What we have here is a lot of people like myself, like Rex, like other researchers like yourself, hopefully, that are sub rosa research investigators. Sub rosa, if you notice my logo on many of I don't have it on this particular site, but my logo is a rose. It is a different shaped rose, but it's a rose. The Knights Templar, which who the hell knows if they even existed? I wasn't there, but I'm sure that they did, until I find out, in my heart of all hearts, it's a lie. And so I'm going to vet it as a lie until I find out it's the truth. But anyway, I use a rose. A rose throughout history has been a symbol of secrecy. And when you have a sub rosa, a society that is a secret society under the rose, the beautiful rose. Underneath is a secret society. That's a symbol that they had for the roses throughout time, has been a symbol of secrecy. And so we actually conduct, if we could start branding it. Now, quit calling us the conspiracy theory people. We're individuals that are concerned about the content and validity of certain things. We want to get to the core of it. We're starting an investigation, and some people call it sub rosa. That means below the surface, below the rose. We are conducting a sub rosa research investigation, not a damn conspiracy theory. We don't have a theory. What we're doing is we are investigating the damn facts, not the theory, the facts. And then we'll vet it out, and we'll take on what we have or throw out what we don't want and consider that our own personal truth at this moment in time. So I urge you to watch this very video. So it's interesting. Let me see if I can key up just a part of it that blew me away. Hold on just a minute. It's this drift of what Lee says about trees burning and why trees didn't burn and cars burn up right next to it. It kind of starts you thinking about, when we were saying that an alien or something above laser beam down. Just listen to what Lee has to say. It'll blow you away.
A thin coating on the foliage and prevents it from burning through. We use a chemical called fire stopper. It's a liquid. It's environmentally friendly. It's non-toxic. It doesn't cause cancer. And it bonds with the material and it bonds with the long hydrocarbon and prevents it from emitting a vapor. So you can scorch the material, but you can't burn the material. And so that's what we put down wet lines with. And that's what we protect property structures with. So we use that at the Pentagon. We use that on fires out west. That's what we have for fire protection here on the yacht. So we use exclusively fire stopper because it's environmentally friendly. And it works great. It works on A, B, C, D, F, and K fires.
Got it. Okay. And let's segue from this if we can. And man, I really appreciate the information. And I got to ask you, folks. I'm looking through the comments, and it's kind of a mixed bag of emotions in here. It's that's what this is about, folks. Leak Project is here to get information from all aspects, and we're going to go where the information leads us. So we're not going to stick to one side of the story unless we can confirm that's fact. And Lee is talking about a lot of technical stuff here, which is very interesting. And there's also a rocket scientist in the chat that is he's agreeing with a lot of what you're saying. He's like, yeah, that's what Lee is saying. That's true about the still. He said he's still trying to figure out why the cars and the trees are, the cars are melted to the ground and the trees are in pretty good shape. But you started talking about that after the fact. So, folks, should we just interview people that all have the exact same narrative and just agree with each other, or should we? Seriously? Wow. I think this is very good. So, Lee, what do you have to say about what I just said? What are your thoughts on that? Let's talk about it.
Well, look, people can think whatever they want. I don't think. I have to know. So, I study it. I research it. I've got 30 some years of experience in it. I've trained firefighters at Lamar University for three-dimensional fuel fires like E3 and things of that nature. I've trained the government and the military how to use foams to suppress fire. I've trained firefighters in other countries. I've trained firefighters all over the United States. I've spent thousands and thousands of hours fighting wildland fires, structure fires, brush fires. I've fought fire in California. I've fought fire. So unless they're dead, they're to do it on an edge. And trees don't have edges. Trees are round. Okay? So it's very hard to catch a tree or a post on fire unless it's already dry or it has a creosote or some type of a tar, like a telephone pole or something like that in it. That's why a lot of cabins survived in the olden days, and they left the wood and the logs rounded, because you have to have an edge. So take a 2x4, go to the hardware store, buy a 2x4, go get yourself a blowtorch, and burn right on the flat edge of that 2x4 with that blowtorch. Burn right on the flat side of it. Don't burn on the edge. Go right on the flat side of that. And you can burn as long as you want. And as soon as you turn that torch off, that fire will go out. If you want it to burn, go to an edge or go to a corner. And you can get it to burn on that edge or on that corner, because you can apply heat to two surfaces there side by side. And where those two surfaces come together on that corner, you have enough heat for long hydrocarbons.
Coming in to your defense, they're like, let this guy talk. He's giving us some great information. And, I would say it's a good 70-30, so that's great, especially when you get into topics like this. If you can get 70-30 and
low humidity, we're talking below 30%, and wind.
Okay, so what Lee has just done is he's told us about these fires up in California, and it goes into it on this show right here. You need to start coming over, people, and researching these things yourself, so that you can't say that a famous steakhouse has damn good steak unless you've taken a bite yourself. You're lying. You're believing someone else's lie until you try it yourself and see if it's good. If it's good, you can honestly say that the steak tastes good. But until you do your own research, you're just perpetuating someone else's thread. Let me find out about 5G. You'll blow you away about 5G. We've been saying, it's going to kill everybody inside. It's weaponized. But here's another lie we need to vet. I'm not saying it's a lie or not. I'm just saying anything that I hadn't vetted myself, I'm calling it a lie from now on. Let's swap lies. Hold on. Let me show you something else. Okay. Sit down and get ready, because if you're a 5G killer, there's some data you need to be aware of. Here we go. Listen to this.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you bringing that up and discussing this, and I'm glad you're keeping your eyes and ears on that. I'm definitely keeping attention. I've got a Geiger counter that I've been tracking the radiation levels since 2013. I just picked up a new Geiger counter that's really nice. It's the nicest one I could find. It was about $600. It's got a large detector on the back, like a waffle shaped detector. So it's done a really good job with the levels. And I'm also fascinated with the EMF levels, man. My goodness. I've got a $400 acoustimeter that'll take microwave radiation and convert it into a sound. And the other day I was in my car, my phone was trying to get a cell signal. It was hitting 80,000 microwatts per square meter. Shouldn't be over 10, really. It's like, whoa, this is just for my phone. So something to pay attention to. We're still here. Things are good, but I would definitely like to see some more precautions with some of these towers next to schools and hospitals. What about you?
Well, I actually, a lot of people are scared of 5G. And I'll be honest with you, I love 5G. And the reason that I love 5G is because right now the signal is emitted from what's called sector antennas, which are like floodlights that shine light out at 120 degrees per antenna. So you got 3 antennas around the tower. That's why when you look at a cellular tower, there's 3 arms that come out on it, and the antennas look like oversized loaves of bread vertically on the thing. Okay, so they're sector antennas, and each one of those antennas emits through that entire 120 degree field of radiation or field of view. Okay, so let's say that you have one of these antennas at the end of a football field, and you want to cover the entire stadium with this one antenna. All right. And what you need is multipath and bounce it back and hit the tower. And so now you have a more accurate system. You have less heterodyne, is what it's called when one is talking over the other, because it's only going through a single beam and it's bouncing back and forth. So now everybody is shooting the signal back and forth in very tight beams, like a laser beam, as opposed to a giant floodlight that's cooking everybody. So we're way, way, way better off with 5G than we are with the 4G that we use right now. So that's what everybody doesn't understand, but that's the reality of how the technology works. And so that's why I was speaking with some people in Colorado the other evening. I actually wrote a thing about it. If I had my choice of any kind of communications tower that would be put on top of my house, I would highly recommend a 5G antenna on top of my house, because it emits so much less energy. In fact, 1/100th of the energy of a standard 4G phone.
Now you've done it, Lee. Now you've done it.
Everybody's gonna hate me. Yep.
I mean, first you're talking about, common sense with preventative measures for fires, and then now you're talking about 5G. Now they're going to start calling me. Okay, folks, I'm not a reptilian shapeshifter. Yep. Well, maybe I am, but that doesn't mean that I'm pro 5G or anything.
Okay. Okay. Now what? People, here's what we need. We need 10,000, 100,000, 1 million people that will join our little group of researchers, if you will. And if somebody finds something worth a shit, a good lie that we all feel like, oh my God, that might not be a lie, that kind of thing. If we feel it's got value, if we got 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, 1 million people, and we're all putting our lies on let'sswapliessite.com or whatever. I need to go get that domain for one of y'all do. And then we compare them, we vet them, we talk about them, we discuss them out loud like this on a talk show. We get Rex to come over there, talk to us. Some of the people that follow Rex and follow other places that are involved with us, they put their content, what they think about a topic on the Rabbit Hole Herald, we'll call it. We all vote on it. We vote on it with pennies. Serious as a heart attack. Let's monetize what we do. Hell, I'm so sick I sit here all day long and go through all this shit and don't make a penny doing it. Don't make a penny doing it. And I got some good content, I think. Hell, Rex got damn good content. Look at this. Look at this stuff here. This had 13,389 views, and this guy is out there. This is Rex here. He's out there doing it on his own nickel. He sells a few ball caps, hats, and things. He's got this stuff going on here. But that's the only thing that keeps him going. If he doesn't sell a bunch of T-shirts, hats, mugs, and all that kind of stuff, he hadn't got any gas in the car or his mobile command unit. And hell, he's everywhere. So if we all were to support, I think Rex has got damn good value. I think I've got good value. I think you got good value. If you'll just stick it up there on the rabbit hole when we get this thing up, we all see it. We got a whole bunch of people. If we were to hit Rex with a penny a show, penny a view, we teach that culture. That's 2 hours this man has put into this. 2 hours of blood, sweat, and tears. There's a lot of you people that call in like Lee. We need to flip Lee a few pennies. Penny for your thoughts. 1 million pennies is $10,000. That's a pretty good lick. If you like it a whole lot, you lob him a nickel, dime, or quarter. Are you getting the picture here? We can monetize sitting on our dead ass doing research. I'm all about that. And at the same time, we could use a portion of our monies that we throw in 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 bucks, whatever it blows your dress up. That's up to you. I don't care. I built a platform. I spent a damn shitload of money building this platform just to give it to you to use this so we can save this country. If you got people you follow like Rex, he talks about the bankers. He talks about all this evil going on out there. Everybody's got the same thread. I don't care if you're chasing UFOs, you're trying to find out about them chemtrails up topside, or you're talking about your water, your vaccines, or whatever it is. It doesn't matter. We all run into the same brick wall. It's the damn government keeping shit from us. So if we vet this out, we all swap lies, we find out which ones aren't, and we contribute up token of appreciation to our internal people. This is circulate. You throw in $5 into this deal, you're circulating that inside of our closed Sub Rosa Research Society. Are you catching on? And so if we had 1 million people that threw in $5 a month to give away, knowing that they have content too that they can stick on the rabbit hole, knowing that their thoughts and their opinions matter, if they can just get people to see and read them, they stick it on the rabbit hole. 1 million people just during the damn day. You know, we post something up there, have a call. People hear you call in. Hi, I'm Susie Q, and I go by Susie Q on the Silent Supporters Society's little program. And Susie goes into talking about whatever, how to grow herbs, how to purl one, knit two, knit one, purl two. It's been a long time. Where did that come from? That's how you crochet with a little small spool of that you take the thread off of. I don't even know if they have thread spools anymore, but we used to do this in school. Anyway, knit one, purl two. Thank you up there for bringing that bit of memory back to me. That's how things work. You know, we're connected to a firmament that is a never started, never will end, a firmament that encompasses all vibrational frequencies that we need to call on to cause to aggregate into what we call a particle. Continue to think about it, and before you know it, we got that chair sitting right in front of me. That's the way things work. Where attention goes, energy flows, and that's the seed of manifestation. And if you don't think that's true, how come they have this news going over and 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 over again, and again, repetitiously, because they're planting that seed. They're planting that seed, and where attention goes, energy flows, and that's the seed of manifestation. When you reach a critical mass of people thinking in harmony mixed with passion about a particular topic, you're going to move mountains, people. Guess what I seek to do? Think about it. Get a hold of Rex. Go over to the Leak Project, and when you get to the Leak Project, I want you to hit this little subscription button right here. See it? I'm going to unsubscribe, and then I'm going to resubscribe. Click the red button and hit this little bell. Every time Rex does something, you'll know when he does it. And you look, since we've been gone 13 minutes ago, let's just see what Rex has got going on. Hold on just a minute. 13 minutes ago, while I've made this, the man is out there working in California's largest forest blackout in history. Let's take a look, Rex. Good job, Rex. We'll flip you a penny, brother. How you doing there, Rex? This is Rex. This is Diamond here. They're out there in California. They're going to do an update. Looks like the Rexter is going to grow him a Christmas beard. Rex, I want to tell you this. You gave me a lot of hope when you shaved off all your hair, because I'm going to have to do the same. I'm climbing up life's ladder, 20, 30 above you, rung-wise. And since you had cut your hair off, oh, buddy, I was going to do the same. But now you're growing it back. Damn. Let's listen up to what Rex has done. While I was making this call, while I was making this recording, Rex did this show. And you can see for a fact that I'm not pulling your leg. Let me move this up. Hell. Let me move this up. You can see my time up here in the corner. I don't guess it's going to allow you to see it. Let me move this down again so we can watch this video. Okay. And I'm going to put it just like that so you can see 17 minutes ago, and the time now is 12:21. So you can match all this up and see that I am shooting straight. Let's see what Rex has got to say here. Hot flash in from the field.
Hey everybody, Rex Fairley Project. How the heck are you? Just wanted to do a quick update. Diamond and I here are on our way out to Bandelier. We've been doing some research with California and the fires out there. And according to a recent headline, one of the largest blackouts, forced blackouts, or scheduled blackouts in U.S. history could be taking place within the next few days. They're expecting up to 2 million people, 800,000 customers could be without power. And we're going to talk about it. So they shut off the power to prevent forest fires, and we see how much good that did. what's going on out there, folks? We need your emails. We need your photographs. And Diamond, what do you think about what's going on out there right now, man?
Well, so far, we have power was shut off to 1.1 million people, and the mainstream claimed it was only 800,000. So there's some discrepancy there. And then we had this 800,000 shut off, which only 300,000 people were shut off. If you want to go see the numbers live, go check out poweroutage.us, where you'll see the live stream data of how many people are actually out. But I think the important thing is here to note that in all of these regions, especially starting with the first forced blackout, the moment that they shut the power off, fires light in regions that are not in the blackout region. Same thing happened with the next one. This cannot be coincidental. The fact that in the regions the blackouts are happening, there's no fire, and then fires immediately start in regions that are not blacked out. Almost like there's a war between PG&E and some other entity that is on fire, setting fires in the non-blackout regions, either to screw with people's heads or I don't know what's going on.
It's really bizarre. So, like, we're asking questions just like everybody else. It seems like the media is pushing an agenda to make people feel that something is going on. Because if you're not questioning the status quo in California, then you're probably lacking some brain cells, right? First of all, the media comes out and says, we have to shut down power. PG&E is going to shut down power to hundreds of thousands of people because they're afraid of forest fires and winds. The winds were like 20 miles an hour that day.
Yeah.
They were not bad. So then the next day, a bunch of fires happen. I just find it very bizarre.
And you should go down this rabbit hole. Governor Newsom, Pelosi, Rothschilds, these are all connected names. And the Rothschilds
love us. They love us dearly.
And they owned PE&G at one point. So what the circular connection is between these controlling families, the oligarchs, are we watching a battle unfold at, like in a different level that's top secret?
It's weird. It's weird, but it's because they love us so much. So I'm actually tempted to go to California. Do you want to go check it out? I don't think Diamond
Well, let's
does.
go to Bandelier first.
We're going to go to Bandelier first. So another thing, too, that, the one thing that Lee said that I think made a lot of sense is there are things you can do to prevent a fire. But how do you stop it if there's an entire block on fire that's coming towards your house, right? I mean, that's...
Can y'all see what Rex is doing? For God's sake, flip him a penny. And Diamond, too, if he was a member, we could flip them both a penny for their work. They're talking about fixing to go to California, for God's sake, and no one's helping them do that. Shit. Now, this is powerful stuff, and we need to get together. We need to take the bull by the horns. We, the people, we can do this ourselves. We don't need them. Hell, a penny from 1 million people is $10,000. A dime from 1 million people, we just put $100,000 in Rex's researchability gas in his tank, and other people out there, whoever you're following. Jimmy Church does great work. Clyde Lewis does great work getting out the truth. All of these people I hadn't even heard of that you know about. Let's get together, find out who's doing all the hard work, help those people, water those horses. And then we come together on the platform and we all swap our lies. We vet our lies out. It's called a mind hive. It's group conscious. We can, the old saying, 2 minds are better than one. How about 1 million minds? That's what they do with AI. It's nothing more than a logarithmic pattern that discerns from different scenarios that are close to the one that you're facing now, and it comes up with the most likely decision or path to take. We can do that. If we have a communication system that's fast enough and people will participate with us. We have 10,000 or more people in a certain finite number. We can change history. We can change history by changing the present, because in 1 nanosecond, it is the history. So we're living right now. No other world. N-O-W, the now. No other world. All that we experience now is living proof that we create from sheer thought. Because you're thinking about something right now, within a nanosecond, you're into that thought because you're thinking about it. It's in the future, and then you're experiencing it now. All that we are right now is experiencing the fact that we do create from sheer thought, because we were thinking about it a nanosecond ago and we're living it now. How else could it be? It's only logical. Follow me, hit the red button just like I told you with Rex, the little red button, subscribe, and then hit the little bell. And when I do one of these crazy things, you'll know too. Follow Rex, get over there to the Leak Project and follow him. This is Ramblin' Randy, a.k.a. Jedi One. Go out, create a wonder-filled weekend. It is by choice, and remember this. Once a person who has been honestly mistaken all of their life learns the truth, they either cease to be mistaken or they cease to be honest. What say you? Ramblin' Randy, we down.